That's cool from a passenger perspective or someone who has to drive to work a lot. It's not cool for rideshare drivers.
And you will be able to buy one.
Wow. All right. Someone from the crowd shouted out, we'll be able to buy one. He said, yeah. Let's see how much it costs.
Like, let's say somebody is an Uber or Lyft driver today, where they can actually sort of manage a fleet of cars, and you're the shepherd, and you take care of your flock
That's
of
a
cars.
big investment. That's a lot of money.
Cool.
That's $300,000. Well,
cars
we be able to put our cars on the platform at that point. He's being very cryptic on purpose. What are they doing? Oh, there's another one. Another one? I think rideshare is dead in 2026. It's coming for all the jobs, the manufacturing jobs,
your own personal
warehouse jobs,
R2D2 C3PO.
the maids.
It'll be something special.
Welcome to We Robot. We're here tonight to experience that future that is closer than you think. And who better than Elon, right, to show us that future? So it looks like Elon's on his way. So let's
He's gonna show up in the Robotaxi.
Here.
That's the Cybertruck. No, it's not the Cybertruck. I guess that's the Robotaxi. It's not even in there. It looks just like the renders. No back window. I like the rims. I actually want to get those rims for my car. It looks sleek. It's not bad looking. There's a couple of them out there. I guess it's gonna go pick up more people. So the only problem I'm having right now is that this could all be like preset, right? This might just be recorded driving and not autonomous, right? It's a closed loop, something they had a lot of time to practice with, and they probably did a couple of rounds of this. So while it's cool to show this off in this manner, it's probably not indicative of how it will perform in the real world. Those headlights are pretty cool. I doubt they're useful, but they look pretty cool. All right, so did a lap. They should have had a camera inside the car with them. I would have liked to have seen that.
Welcome to the We Robot Party. So we have quite a show for you tonight. I think you're gonna like it.
I've been waiting.
As you can see, I just arrived in the Robotaxi, the Cybercab, and there's 20 more where that came from.
That's cool. All right.
So they've been traveling. There's no people in them, as you can see. The car's just going by with no people.
So apparently they're driving around while he's talking. That's kind of cool. They do look nice.
And we have 50 fully autonomous cars here tonight.
He's like, my assumption is
So
probably
you'll
correct.
see Model Ys and the Cybercab. All
Cybercab is what he's calling them.
You'll be able to take a ride in the Cybercab. There's no steering wheel or pedals.
That's that savings we were talking about
So
earlier.
this goes well. We'll find out.
He looks good. He lost some weight.
We want to have a fun, exciting future that if you could look in a crystal ball and see the future, you'd be like, yes, I wish I could be there now. That's what we want.
Rideshare drivers don't feel that way.
So when we think about transport today, there's a lot of kind of pain that we take for granted that we think is normal. Like having to drive around LA in like 3 hours of traffic. Yeah, and for people that live in LA, I mean, try to get from Pasadena to, El Segundo during rush hour. Is like you can fly to, another city faster than you can get to crosstown LA. So,
True.
And you have to drive the whole way. Unless you're in a Tesla, of course. Tesla already does quite well at this, supervised self-driving.
They ran out of B-roll.
So supervised full self-driving is actually working quite well. I'm sure there's people in the crowd, you're using that, yeah? So we'll move from supervised full self-driving to unsupervised full self-driving, where the car, you could fall asleep and wake up at your destination.
Not legally. Well, I guess not yet.
So,
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
But there's also a challenge for a lot of people that cars cost too much. I mean, when you factor in everything that goes into a car and the car insurance and the car payments and the
See how much this
storage
costs.
of the car, it's very expensive. So with and you say like how many hours a week are cars used? Your average passenger car is only used about 10 hours a week out of 168 hours. So the vast majority of the time, cars are just doing nothing. But if they're autonomous, they could be used, I don't know, 5 times more, maybe 10 times more.
Okay.
So
I know where this is going.
For the same car, would have 5 times as much value, maybe 10 times as much value. There's 168 hours in the week, and like I said, only 10 of them are used for driving. So and then a bunch of those hours are looking for a parking spot, which is, can be pretty annoying at times. So we want with autonomy, you get your time back. This is a very big deal. So it's not just it'll save lives, like a lot of lives, and prevent injuries. I think we'll see autonomous cars become 10 times safer than a human. I mean, if you think of times past where there used to be an elevator operator in every elevator.
Yeah.
But once in a while they get tired and they accidentally shear somebody in half. So
He's dragging it.
now we have automated elevators. You just get in an elevator and you press a button, and you don't even think about it, and it just takes you to the floor. And if you did see an elevator operator with a big relay switch, you'd be like, "That's weird." Now that's how cars will be. And it's not just the lives saved in injuries, but if you think about the cumulative time that people spend in a car and the time that they will get back, that they can now spend, well, I guess, on their phones.
Yeah, I guess rideshare drivers going to spend a lot of time at home now.
Or watching a movie, or doing work, or whatever you want to do. You can think of the car in an autonomous world as being like just a little lounge. You're just sitting in a comfortable little lounge, and you can do whatever you want while you're in this comfortable little lounge. And when you get out, you will be at your destination. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. So
that's cool from a passenger perspective, or someone who has to drive to work a lot. It's not cool for rideshare drivers.
So, in fact, I think the cost of autonomous transport will be so low that
those look really nice.
You can think of it like individualized mass transit. The average cost of a bus per mile for a city, not the ticket price because that is subsidized, but the average price is about $1 a mile. Whereas the cost of Cybercab, we think probably over time, from the operating cost is probably going to be around 20 cents a mile. And price, including taxes and everything else, probably ends up being 30 or 40 cents a mile. So yes, and you will be able to buy one.
Wow. All right. Someone from the crowd shouted out, we'll be able to buy one. He said, yeah, we'll buy one.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see how much it costs.
We expect the cost to be below $30,000.
Expected. That's not a bad price point for what this is, but it is a two-seater.
And I think there'll be an interesting business model where, like, let's say somebody is an Uber or Lyft driver today, where they can actually sort of manage a fleet of cars, and like
don't go into debt for this.
Manage 10, 20 cars, and just sort of take care of them like a shepherd tends their flock. You have your flock of cars, and you're the shepherd, and you take care of your flock of cars.
That's a big investment. That's a lot of money.
Cool.
That's $300,000.
And I think it's going to be a glorious future. It's going to be really something special. So, yes, good, all excellent questions. We do expect actually to start fully autonomous, unsupervised FSD in Texas and California next year.
Okay. All right, Texas and California.
And that's with the Model 3 and Model Y. And then we expect to be in production with the Cybercab, which is really highly optimized for autonomous transport in probably, well, I tend to be a little optimistic with timeframes.
Yeah.
but in 2026. So, yeah.
2026.
Before 2027, let me put it that way.
Okay. All right.
And we'll make this vehicle in very high volume, and but well before that, you will experience a robotic taxi via the Model 3 and Model Y program, and Model S and X too.
I think that's fine. That's acceptable.
Your 3 and Y will achieve unsupervised full self-driving with permission in wherever regulators essentially approve it in the U.S. and then to follow
With permission is fair.
Outside the U.S.
That's a fair caveat.
So and Cybertruck too. Yes, of course. Sorry, I don't want to forget. Yes. All our cars are basically.
But will we be able to put our cars on the platform at that point? Is what I want to know.
Let's not get nuanced here. All right, next slide.
I need these guys to stop interrupting.
So one of the reasons why the computer can be so much better than a person is that we have millions of cars that are training.
This must be actual
on
footage.
Driving. So it's like living millions of lives simultaneously and seeing very unusual situations that a person in their entire lifetime would not see. But
That's kind of funny.
hopefully.
That's wild.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that amount of training data, it's obviously going to be much better than what a human could be.
That was close. I can see some humans not
live a million lives.
paying attention to these.
And it's also it can see in all directions simultaneously.
That's
and
like
it doesn't
that
get
one. I
tired
would have pulled it. That Mustang.
any of those things.
I would have crashed into it.
So it will naturally be, like I said, 10, 20, 30 times safer than a human, just for all those reasons. And I want to emphasize that the solution that we have is AI and vision. So there's no expensive equipment needed. So the Model 3 and Model Y and S and X that we make today will be capable of full autonomy unsupervised.
So you say.
And that means that our cost of producing the vehicle is low. Now, we are going to actually overspec the computer for the Cybercab. So our AI5 computer will be somewhat overspec'd. And because I think there's actually also an opportunity, sort of like an Amazon Web Services, where if the car is driving for 50 hours a week, there's still over 100 hours left. And there's a potential there to have a massive amount of distributed inference compute, where if you've got, like, say, a fleet of 100 million vehicles and a kilowatt of
100 million vehicles
inference compute, you have 100 gigawatts of compute, which is really quite substantial. And if it's there, you might as well use it. So, yeah, so that's...
What does that even mean?
That, I think, will make sense. So
he's being very cryptic on purpose.
So our autonomous future is here.
It's probably saying we can mine bitcoins with it or something.
We're trying to give you a sense of what cities will be like in the future. And when you get in, you'll see, like, it's really quite a wild experience to just be in a car with no steering wheel, no pedals, no controls, and it feels great. And we have enough vehicles here, so everyone should be able to try it out and experience the set that we've built here. It's a very big set, so it's like really, we've used, I don't know, 20, 30 acres or something like that. It's really big. So it goes on, the ride's long. And we set it up to feel like a ride, like a park ride. So it'll be cool, and you'll get to experience it tonight. Something we're also doing is, and it's really high time we did this, is inductive charging.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty dope.
The Robotaxi has no plug. It just goes over the inductive charger and charges. So, yeah.
But that means you got to buy one of those. That's cool. The self-cleaning robots. Oh man, they're really trying to take everyone's jobs.
So one of the things that is really interesting is how will this affect the cities that we live in? And when you drive around a city, or when the car drives you around a city, you'll see there's a lot of parking lots. There's parking lots everywhere, parking garages. So what would happen if you have an autonomous world is that you can now turn parking lots into parks. And so we're taking the ing lot out of parking lot. Welcome.
That joke went over my head.
So there's a lot of opportunity to create.
What are they doing?
Green space in the cities that we live in.
Oh, there's another one? Another one? This is like public transportation.
Quite fantastic. Oh, and also, what happens if you need a vehicle that is bigger than a Model Y?
Yo. I don't know how long this is going to take.
The Robovan. The Robovan is...
Robovan.
We're going to make this, and it's going to look like that. Now, can you imagine going down the streets and you see this coming towards you? That'd be sick.
I think rideshare is dead in 2026.
So this can carry up to 20 people, and it can also transport goods.
20 people.
So you can configure it for goods transport within a city, or transport of up to 20 people at a time.
I see governments buying this.
The Robovan is what's going to solve for high density. So if you want to take a sports team somewhere, or you're looking to really get the cost of travel down to, I don't know, 5-10 cents a mile, then you can
5-10 cents per
use
mile.
the Robovan.
Cost down to 5 to 10 cents per mile.
But,
rideshare drivers are paid like $1.70 cents per mile.
This with the Cybertruck is we want to change the look of the roads. The future should look like the future.
All right, my expectations have been beaten.
So,
and the execs were quitting over this? They're not confident in this?
So everything we've developed for our cars, the batteries, power electronics, the advanced motors, gearboxes, the software, the AI inference computer, it all actually applies to a humanoid robot. It's the same techniques. It's just a robot with arms and legs instead of a robot with wheels. And we've made a lot of progress with the
Those
Optimus.
hips don't lie.
And as you can see, we started it with someone in a robot suit, sort of down.
I thought it was an astronaut suit.
Progressed dramatically year after year. So if you extrapolate this, you're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own.
Coming for all the jobs, the manufacturing jobs,
your own personal
warehouse jobs,
R2D2 C3PO,
the maids.
And I think at scale, this would cost something like, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000. Probably less than a car is my prediction long term. Now, it'll take us a minute to get to the long term, but fundamentally at scale,
iRobot for sure.
Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot for, I think, probably $20,000 to $30,000.
That's not a bad price.
So, and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want. So
that's going to replace jobs. $20,000 to $30,000.
Babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries.
I don't know about babysitting.
Just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of, it will do. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think this will be the biggest product ever of any kind. Yeah. Because I think everyone, of the 8 billion people of Earth, I think everyone's going to want their Optimus buddy. And there's going to be maybe two. And then they'll be producing products and services. I predict, actually, provided we address risks of digital superintelligence, 80% probability of good, a good outcome.
80% is not enough.
Look on the bright side.
He's probably
The
joking.
cup is 80% full. The cost of products and services will decline dramatically, and basically anyone will be able to have any products and services they want.
I'm for
It will be
that.
an age of abundance, the likes of which people have not, almost no one has envisioned. It'll be something special.
You can start your own business and buy a robot to help you with your business instead of like
And
relying
one
on
of the things we
humans.
wanted to show tonight
It'll make it cheaper
that
for
Optimus
the
is
individual
not
business.
a canned video. It's not walled off. The Optimus robots will walk among you. Please be nice to the Optimus robots. So you'll be able to walk right up to them, and they'll serve drinks at the bar.
That's gonna be cool to see.
And you'll directly, I mean, that's just, it's a wild experience just to have humanoid robots, and they're there, you're just in front of you. So, yeah, with that, let's party.
In Texas, Austin specifically, you're gonna have like 3 to 4 different companies that plan to launch autonomous vehicles in Austin. If you are a rideshare driver in Austin, you're in danger. Even if this doesn't happen smoothly, right? It's Waymo has been proven. Tesla has a spotty track record for launching things on time. You need to do something. You have less than a year before the first self-driving car is like taking paid rides in Austin, Texas. You guys in Austin seem to be the future training ground of self-driving. It started out in San Francisco and LA, but it seems to be moving to Texas. And like, I know Austin's not far from other major cities. Dallas, Houston. It's probably gonna get there too. You guys like need to get your finances together. You guys need to be able to pivot to whatever might happen, right? Even if like not everyone takes these things, but I would. Just the cool factor. I would at least try it. And if it works well, why would I go back? Right? And then if people start buying these cars, which they're gonna do it. Let's face it, they're going to go out and buy these cars, even though they can't afford them. And they're people who are really rich are gonna buy a bunch of them and create fleets that are now like in direct competition with Waymo, with Uber, with Lyft. Like, if this has been a cool event, right? Tesla has a spotty record, and we don't really know if this will happen in the timeline they say it will. But even if, right, it comes out in 2026, that's a year and like 3 months from now. That's not far away in the grand scale of how long it takes for you to pivot from one thing to another. So I'm gonna go with that being said. It's late. I need to edit some videos. I'm gonna try to get some content out for this. Thank you for being here. And the pinned link is where a lot of the clips from tonight will go. So make sure you subscribe to the clip channel. It's a separate channel where I just make clips from the live stream and I throw them up. So if you've missed segments of this, make sure you check it out. It's pinned up there, and I will see you guys later. Make money, get on a budget, and hope for the best, because this stuff is coming.
Welcome to We Robot. We're here tonight to experience that future that is closer than you think. And who better than Elon, right, to show us that future? So it looks like Elon's on his way. So let's
He's gonna show up in the
welcome him
Robotaxi.
up here.